And we're back, and you are listening to Villaincast, BJJ Anti-Heroes, with myself, Chris the Villain Pains, and Naki El Jefe Arshed. And welcome to Reap the Week. But first, a quick thank you to our members at In Theory BJJ Concept Driven Jiu-Jitsu. For fight commentary, technique and concept videos, private coaching, monthly webinars, and Q&A sessions, please visit www.patreon.com/InTheoryBJJ. And welcome back, Naki. Welcome back.
It's good to be back. It's been a while.
Dude, it's been like a month since you've been on the podcast. And
I was thinking that earlier.
Yeah, let's never do that again. Let's plan better.
Yeah, our planning was a bit shit wanted.
Yeah, I think we were so busy with the trips coming up. I mean, so I went out to Amsterdam first, and you went out soon after, and then you went off to Switzerland. I was in America, and traveling black belts, dude. Traveling black belts now.
Yep.
Yes. How did you? So, for those who haven't heard this before, when Naki got his brown belt, one of the words that I said was, I can't show you anything anymore. It's my job now to be the person who can assist you in getting out into the world and making your name for the black belt you'll one day be. And I put a good word in with Raul Howdu over in Amsterdam, saying that, look, I've got this guy coming through. He's absolute mustard. Will you give him a shot on the camp, please? If you don't pay me, just use it to pay for Naki to come. And Naki came out and blew everyone's mind. And now you're getting out there without even me being involved. And so the plan worked. And now you're out there doing your own thing. So how are you feeling getting out the road and being a traveling black belt?
No, it's good. It's good because then, the classes that I teach, I can put them together and actually it's like for me, it's always like trying to make the class better, like for me to be able to deliver it properly. So I'm always like assessing how I teach, and it gives me an opportunity to then go teach other people, obviously not from the gym, where I can get more constructive feedback. And to be honest with you, it's been quite successful. I've had a lot of good reviews, and I think I'm doing the right thing, I think.
How did you find jumping into the seminar scene? Because I did kind of slightly push you into the deep end there, in that obviously you've been teaching classes in at your own gym for a while, but be pushed out internationally doing a seminar. I was like, how was that?
I'm not. I don't mind. Me, like the lights don't bother me. But it's teaching side that I've always enjoyed, and I've been doing it since I was a blue belt. So it's good to see that I didn't shy away from not teaching properly or trying my best in front of so many people as well. But yeah, you're right. You did throw me in the deep end there, Chris.
Sorry, dude. Well, no, I'm not sorry. I think I knew you could take it. And yeah, I had entire complete faith in you, and being able to then put that good word in for you, and for then to not just be now based on my word, but you're doing it off your own back. I mean, it was a lot of fun, but being out in America and having people come up to me and talk about the podcast and say, oh, I love listening every Thursday, and I'm like, that's so odd to hear. And then people ask, how's Naki? And I'm like, that is so cool. The fact that people tune in all the time and they're asking how you are. I'm like, it's like you're we're both very, very, very niche minor celebrities. And
it's the dynamic duo.
I love that. I love that we have this weekly show, and you're getting in there with it, and I'm like, this is so cool. The fact that people jump in, they're asking how's Naki? Is he coming out and doing his own seminars in the US? And I'm like, I want legit. I want this to happen.
Yeah. We'll do it, man. We'll do it.
No, I don't mean. I don't want to be me involved. I have my own shenanigans that I'm up to. I want you to go out there. I want to see how far you can get. I want to see those
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
those
do it.
seminar photos. Yeah, so Naki is ready and available, and we'll start throwing them across the ocean, or even further. Let's see how far we can throw you.
I know. Yeah, let's do it. It'll be fun.
I mean, I was talking about it last week though. I mean, one of the downsides a little bit. I say downside. I mean, I'm not whinging about this life. Oh my god, like doing jiu-jitsu around the world. It's not a bad thing. But oh my god, you don't get to train much. You're on the road, especially when you're doing seminars. You don't get to roll. It's especially those longer trips. It gets a bit you feel a bit sluggish by the end of it. I'm always glad to come home. I'm always glad to get back in our gym.
I agree. When did I? Yeah, because this is one it was a longer one than I usually go. Amsterdam for because I went Switzerland after, didn't I? And I did feel it. I was like, it does take a bit out of you.
Yeah, it does. Especially being in airports and train stations. And again, not whinging, not in the slightest. Because, I mean, I say it like, behind the wall of where I'm looking at right now is 150, 200 photos of all the people I get to meet and places I've been. And I'm like, I get to look at this every day and I'm like, this is fucking great.
Yeah.
So I'm not whinging at all. I have this reminder to make me not complain. It's worth being in airports and train stations. And I mean, Switzerland, Bern, what a pretty city.
Yeah, I agree. It is really nice.
I mean, Amsterdam's got its thing, but Bern is you step out in
different.
Bern and you see the river, and it's like, wow,
Yeah,
that is.
It is a different vibe, completely different vibe.
Yeah, Switzerland is.
It has its own nice little vibe.
Oh, dude, that city is so pretty. Like, I'm glad that last time I was there, I got to take the camera with me. I was like, I'm glad I've got this right now.
Nice.
We have got some questions. It has felt like ages since we've done anything question related on this podcast. But I'm glad I've got you back. I mean, dude, I did last week, but it wasn't the same.
I'm going to be honest. I haven't listened to last week, so I don't know.
Oh, that's all right. That's fine. Like, I never listened back to him.
I'll try. I'll probably have a listen in a bit. See, quick summary. See what happened.
Me having a mental breakdown for half an hour, mostly.
Again,
I'm on my own. Again, yeah, it's a weekly thing. Right, then, first question. It's a shame we haven't got Stranger Things here with us for this one. Any concepts for the setup and execution of foot sweeps and trips?
Yeah, kick him hard, cross the cutoff. No,
So-
true story. The one about obviously Stranger Things and what I said to him before his match, and he went and actually did it. Can you remember? Did you hear about that story?
No, I haven't. What did you say to him?
No, so ASW, yeah, he's about to go on, and I just said to him because he's got really good foot sweeps, and I know, he loves throwing them, but because he knows I'm good at countering them or pulling him off before him, he'll stop going for him. He wasn't doing as much, so I said to him, look, what you do is first 5 seconds you kick him, yeah, like you do, and if he doesn't drop, then okay, we'll bring it back later, but we've got to put it in the back of his mind that you're going to kick him sometime, but may as well make it at the beginning. So he's got there's actually a very good picture of it where the guy's falling midway, so he's pushed him and kicked him at the same time, mate, face plant. It was one of the best foot sweeps I've seen. I was like, oh damn.
I wish we had him on here. So we have a student. He's now got his own gym at the foot of Erie. Is it Erie now, or previously Snowdon in Llanberis in Wales? We have a student called Chia, and yeah, he's running his gym out there, and we had to nickname him Stranger Things because he just had a knack of sending people into the upside down in the gym.
Or people get sent upside down.
The amount of people he sent to the upside down. He just foot sweep everyone, and they just end up vertical the wrong way round. And it was brilliant. He'd just do it to everyone, just chase everyone. He was a menace. I miss that. He keeps saying he was going to come up on Sundays. I haven't seen him since.
No, I agree. I need to have a go at him.
Yeah, I think we should. He promised. He left months ago, so I'll be up at least monthly. He ain't been up once.
We got to get this part of the podcast, clip it out, and put it in the group so he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, so throw some harassment.
So it's public knowledge now, so other people can message him and say to him, like, why are you not staying to what you said you were going to do?
I know. I think, yeah, if people can find him, Fighting Fit Grappling in Llanberis, and find his Instagram and just send him some harassment and say, why haven't you gone home yet? Go home. Your dad's miss you. Yeah, so his foot suit was brilliant, and so it's a shame that he's not on here because I'm sure he'd have some great details on it. I think I'd be murdering it to say any ideas on it. I think it's always better to talk to judo people on that one. All I knew was to try and make sure that it was like the thing that kind of changed my foot sweep was I used to try and push them over the foot that they were kind of weight bearing on, but it was more a case of catching them on the foot that they're not weight bearing on, and then move that one out of the way. So you kind of, a lot of the judo drills that I've done, I'm not proficient in them at all. But the drills that I've done and times I pull it off is usually when that foot's become weightless, and I can then move that foot sideways and then kind of pull them over it.
Yeah, same. I mean, for me, it's more part of my my whole takedown system, if you want to call it that. Like, it becomes part of the off balancing. And honestly, sometimes I may not even foot sweep you or, trip you properly, but I'll do it just so it's in the back of your mind that, okay, if I do move a certain way, he's going to foot sweep me, you know what I mean? So I do that purposely. But like you say, it's not something that I'm amazing at. Like, it's just part of my game where I like to off balance people by using foot sweeps, and sometimes you can catch single legs off foot sweeps as well. So I love single legs, and yeah. I'm not, like you said, I just think about it like I've got to push them and kick them, and I've got to time that right.
I mean, saying this, I'm not proficient in them. I hit them twice about 3 hours ago in sparring. I'm like, I don't really do foot sweeps much. Oh, wait, I had about 4 rounds of sparring earlier and did 2 of them. Oh, silly me.
Yeah,
I think hit one in the first 10 seconds. Just instantly just went for his leg. So okay, I lie. Just watch Owen Livesey. Although he couldn't hit it on you, to be fair.
Yeah, we had a fun match.
I think the whole conversation about foot sweeps and all that stuff is what we've been going through a lot of recently is this idea that anything you've ever done has only worked because you've broken the other person's posture or put them off balance. And so trying to attack someone who's postured and balanced, you're more likely to lose. But if I can interrupt either of those things, I'm more likely to succeed in what I want. And so I always try and end up with some sort of attack that sets them off, and just a little foot sweep as they're walking. It might not knock them over, but in that small window, they're not fighting me because they're trying not to fall over, and then I can bull rush them with something else, like an arm drag, or it's usually an arm drag.
Yes, exactly.
Or a snap down.
It's all chaining. It's part of the chain.
Yeah, exactly. It's getting out of that habit of thinking, one move, one success, but you have to hit several. Especially at the higher levels, it's not you don't just get to pull the trigger in one move and it work. It's more a case of you do several to really mess with their aura, and after messing with them several times, you get to pull off the technique that you want. So everything kind of starts with a foot sweep, a bit of an arm drag, a push, a snap down, and then another arm drag, and maybe I'll then get to take the back. But I don't just get to take the back off an arm drag. Yeah.
I mean, they're just part of the system. It's low risk, ain't it? If you go for a foot sweep, you're not really losing anything. It's in fact you could gain if you time it right. Like you said, chain it up with a single, or snap down the head. There's so many options.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of an unbalancing system, which I did go through on my most recent In Theory webinar. Hint, hint. All webinars are still available on In Theory, by the way. If anyone listening.
Promo.
Next question. How do you get the clamp on a K-guard leg entry if opponent is proactively removing the feet?
Removing the foot off the hip. Oh, yes, I like this question. So you can either swing your leg whole round if you want. You can time it with them pushing it away and swinging your outside leg inside in between the legs. You can also switch it to a different guard because this is something that I see sometimes and I think like, or I hear or I get the question sometimes as well about guard. And I'm like, look, guard is dynamic. You have to be dynamic with it. You might have a favorite guard that you like playing, but you've got to be proficient at most of them. At least one outside and at least one inside guard, because you will end up there. And sometimes the best rescue is by switching to a different guard from certain ways when people try and pass. But yeah, I mean, specifically talking, you could time us the swing, like I said, swing the leg around, or if you want to just re-establish the position, then just play back to a different guard or just frame and recenter.
I think you can go back even earlier on this, and it's pretty much what I said in the previous one, is that to think that your technique will just work straight off the bat is, especially at the higher levels, it doesn't work that way. I mean, anytime I get to play anything successfully, there's a posture break or a balance break. And so if I'm coming in for like a K guard, like I am hitting them in the hip and pulling their leg at the exact same time. I am fully taking them off balance and sending my weight through their hip. Because in that moment that they are off balance and trying not to fall over instantly, I can then carry on with my move. And it's only someone who's postured,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, someone who's postured and balanced can fight back. I mean, it was something that, I reference it. I went to a Ryan Hall seminar 13 years ago, and he was talking about balance being, if someone's in balance, it's kind of in the background, and their hierarchy of importance is you and the fight with you. But as soon as you mess with someone's posture, as soon as you mess with their balance, no matter who they are, white belt to black belt, they have to fix that problem. Like the fight with you becomes second on their hierarchy. And the only difference between a white belt and a black belt is the recovery time. And so we're all human. And if you upset our balance, we have to naturally fix it. Like if you push someone randomly, they're going to put their hand out. And if you say to them, like, if you put your hand out, I'm going to shoot you. And then you push them, they're still going to put their hand out because you can't avoid it, because you don't want to land on our head, because we have balance. And we try and recover balance. And so it's the same here. Like if I'm getting into a fight with someone, with a scrap of a bit of hand fighting or a technical fight, like it's conscious person versus conscious person using all of their force. So I don't want that. I want to have things in my favor. So if I can mess with your balance or mess with your posture, you're having to deal with that first, and I've got more chance of catching you with what I want. And so I can't sacrifice my balance and posture as well, because it makes your life easier. So
Agreed, fully.
Yeah, if you're having issues with keeping your foot on someone, it's because you're not fucking with them enough. Like, fuck with them more. They're too stable. Make them unstable. You'll get way more success. That's why, for years, every freaking shot I ever did with a double leg came with a minor snap down. Because in that little tappy snap down, they were dealing with that, and then I get to do my double leg. If I just shot in for a double, I eat shit.
No, I agree. In fact, that's where I took it from, because you do it so well. I was like, I like this. I'm going to make it mine. So it's one of my aces up my sleeves. It's a very explosive move in it, so I don't use it early. I use it when I'm like, I go through a list in my head of what takedown I can get on someone, and then that's one of my last ones that I'll go for.
Yeah, I pretty much have. There's always a balance break between every takedown I have. It's either a little snap down into a double, or it's a little foot sweep into an arm drag. Because when their arms come flying up to kind of keep their balance, that's when I get them. If I was just to hopefully arm drag someone, It'd never work.
Nah, it's you got to work at it. You got to. People don't give shit for free. We shouldn't anyway, but you got to work for it.
That's the problem. And the more I'm doing this class on posture, and I'm doing seminars and classes on it, I keep saying that. How often do you think you take someone's posture for your technique to work, or how much do you think that they give you bad posture? And I said maybe they give you bad posture 75% of the time, and you take it 25%. But the more I see people doing jiu-jitsu now, the closer I'm getting to 100%, that we don't actually break anyone's posture. We just have people who are coming at us with shit posture. Yeah, it's I think if you fix posture, you can fix so many issues if you're jiu-jitsu. I don't just mean closed guard, head upright, typical Gracie posture. I mean straight back posture, like strength through your spine posture.
Yep, that's the one. It works.
Right then. This is going to be a fun one, Nak. You ready?
Go on.
They've all been fun. I always have questions. Thoughts on the CGI, Craig Jones Invitational?
You made the mistake as well. Everybody's fucking made that mistake.
CGI.
Yeah. Everyone I've spoken to has said CGI, and I'm like, I think it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just how it is.
I think that's...
Yeah, because everybody knows, that computer graphic stuff in it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, it rolls off the tongue.
Off the tongue, exactly. Yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. I think it's amazing that it's happening. I think it's good for the athletes because they'll get paid better, they'll get looked after better, and there ain't no monopoly now. ADCC had a monopoly just like the IBJJF kind of had a monopoly on more traditional jiu-jitsu side of things, and IDCC is more like submission wrestling side of things. But now you got Craig Jones has put a spanner in the works for everyone. I watched this podcast with Joe Rogan, and he proved that the money is not bullshitting. The money was there on the table. I was like, okay, so this thing looks like it's legit and it's happening. And today, over the weeks, we've seen other people join, big names being invited to it. And now today, the Rutoa brothers as well, which is amazing. So it'd be interesting, man.
Yeah, he's a necessary troll.
Yeah.
And it's worked. I mean, he's like Fionn said that she could make more out of doing a seminar than she would at ADCC. And
yeah,
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I had a brief look at this, but I have to really confirm it. But I'm pretty sure the win money now is like 10K. But back in like 2009, it was 40.
Wow.
I'd have to confirm, but because I've been in this long enough now. But I'm pretty sure the win money from ADCC 2009 and maybe in 2011 was 40,000.
Damn.
Which, to think it's now dropped to... Because it was always a number that kind of had in my head, is that when Braulio won the double in 2009, he got 40k for his absolute and 40k for his division.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. I don't know why it's gone down so much then, if that's the case.
I'm mostly sure it was that way. Well, it might have just been the absolute, maybe. But
even then, like how, if you watch the podcast, how Craig Jones breaks down like how, the amount of money that they're making and the amount of money they're spending on the athletes, and, it kind of made sense for Craig Jones to be doing what he's doing. And a lot of people might say that he's petty, that he's doing it at the same time as them, but no, it's competition in it at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And yeah,
pay the people right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so from what I'm seeing is like ADCC 15 years ago was paying 10k for a division win and 40k for absolute. And that was when it was in small sports halls and stuff and wasn't anywhere near as big as it is now. It didn't have, huge coverage and all that kind of stuff. And some of the ticket prices currently in Vegas are like over $1,000 for like front row seats and stuff, to my knowledge. So you think, how the hell are we not? We haven't increased prizes in 15 years in one of the biggest growth moments of the sport.
Yeah, mad.
Yeah, so exactly. So the idea that that's happened, like sponsorship's gone through the roof. Fanatics now exists, and the fact that there's millions more people in this game, and some of these names are getting bigger, and we're still paying the same as we did 15 years ago.
Yeah, like I don't get it myself. I'm just trying. Somebody must be pocketing some money somewhere.
That's what I'm saying. Is that's why I think we needed Craig just to be a bit of a vaccine on this.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I mean, you even got like promotion like Who's Number One. They pay their athletes quite well.
Yeah, exactly. And the fact that now Craig's kind of forcing this change for them is needed.
Yeah.
I've got a sneaking suspicion that this isn't uploading.
Oh.
I know.
Just how are you going to double check? It does say 0% actually.
Yeah, it does say 0%.
But it does say recording, so...
I know. So, yeah.
Should we end it and then see what happens?
I think we're coming to the end anyway, because we're pretty much at the end of the questions. So, damn internet. My internet kind of failed just, and it's kind of messed everything up. That's why it's gone a bit weird for the past few minutes. It has been fun having the podcast back. We will make another one very, very quickly, I think. So let's do it again, because I've missed doing this. I've missed sitting up at midnight doing. Oh, no, it's uploading. Jiu-jitsu. It's uploading. Yeah, I've missed sitting up at midnight talking about jiu-jitsu with you once a week.
Yeah, it has been. I was thinking there's something missing. Now we got the podcast done.
Yeah, something's missing. We haven't been able to just shoot the shit on jiu-jitsu for a while.
For a week, for a month.
Dude, yeah. So I love traveling, but I always love coming home. I love coming home and jumping in with the podcast. That first night I came back to jiu-jitsu, I was like, I could have cried when I walked in the gym. Like, I was so happy to see everyone. And then they're all unhinged, and it's everyone thinks their gym's just a bit off, but you appreciate it more. Again, we're a social club with a jiu-jitsu problem, which is the way it should be. Right, this has been a triumphant return of Reap the Week with Chris Baines and Naki Arshed.
Boom.
And we'll see you again next week.
Yes.
Night, sir.
Good night.